Okay, everybody, people, I am going to do a review of Stray Kids' comeback Karma. Now, just a heads up, Stray Kids are my favorite band, and just another heads up, this is quite a negative review. So, we've got that out of the way, let's go on. So, before we get started, based on the teaser, I was worried it was going to be too annoying as I didn't really like the sound, the hip hip. Like I thought the catchiness, I thought that catchy hip hip was really annoying, and so I was scared of what the song would sound, what the song would sound like. I was also really distasteful of the length of the song when I first saw it. I was like, okay, another short song, but then I was like, no, 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 Anna, I need to go into it. It's not being so harsh. As long as it's got all the elements that I want, the pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, it doesn't really matter how short the song is. Now, I listened to it. I have listened to it twice now, and I have listened to one remix, and the Karma. No, yeah, the Karma remix. Oh yeah, the song's called Ceremony, not Karma. Okay, so these are my first instincts. I thought there were a lot of grating sounds. It sounded annoying. That kind of the flute or whatever it is that's in the background of the chorus. Oh man, nah. I cannot listen to it. I find that so annoying. Um, when I was listening to the song, they didn't seem to be much melody involved until we got to Hans' rap. Before that, it seemed to be just like a lot of like phrases, a lot of chanting, a lot of like there was no melody. It was just like hip hip, hooray, come. I'm like it was all very one note. The section kind of with Han, Ian, and Lino was by far the best. It was melodic. It didn't hurt my ears. It was kind of vocally really good. It did sound a bit muted compared to like how bombarded the music video was and how bombarded the elements. But I don't think that's necessarily bad. It just was like a bit different. The only thing is, it sounded like this was like a build up and it was going to be like really really good. Like I feel like this would have worked really really well if it was the first good part of the song and it built up to something even more incredible instead of it being the only good part or the only good part in my opinion. There was this line that Lino did in that section, really cute, sounded nice. I'll put the line because I can't remember it. I know people were talking about how Bang Chan didn't really have any proper lines, that he only had like hip hip hooray. But to be honest, I feel when I was listening to it, like Bang Chan seemed to be like all over the song. I was thinking that Lino didn't have as much parts, but then I was also thinking, to be honest, there were a lot of people that didn't have many parts. Hyunjin, I barely heard. Um, no, not Hyunjin. Hyunjin was a big part. Sorry, Sungmin didn't have many lines, or very noticeable lines. Lino didn't really. Ian didn't really. I think I think this song was actually for Hyunjin and for Bangchan. I thought were the ones that stood out. So I was really surprised that people were kind of upset about Bangchan's lines. Um, Kind of the like I said about the elements. All the elements were there. You had the pre-chorus and you had the bridge. But it still didn't really feel complete because all the elements were just repeated sounds instead of like fully fleshed out pieces. I would have hoped for just a bit more nuances. So although we had all the elements that I wanted, it still felt like a very short songs because the parts weren't really that fleshed out. As for the music video, um, I thought a lot of the elements look kind of tacky in some place, and I feel like it's because Drake are trying to get bigger and bigger with each music video, so they're shoving everything in. When I first watched this, I was like, I can't comprehend anything. It's too extreme. I can't tell what's going on. But then when I watched it again, I watched the behind the scenes, which helped. And then I watched it again when I wasn't like overwhelmed. I was like, oh no, okay, this works. It works. It's still a bit tacky though. I mean, it's gonna be. I am not. This music video isn't designed for me because there are too many vehicles, too many cars, and I'm like, I have no interest in cars. Cars are just like not my thing at all. I had this issue also with Chick Chick Boom music video, like when Hannah is rapping and someone else on the like water boats. I'm like, no impact for me. I do not like it. It's just it's not for me. Um, I do like, although the music video was not to my taste, a bit tacky, I do like how the music video idea is kind of silly in the scheme of things. Like they're not taking themselves too seriously. It was like fun and funny in some places, like the Ian Felix ping pong bit. Also, that curve on Lino's bat, oh my god, it was so cool. That really kind of impacted me. Um, Going on to the lyrics for the most part, you know what I'm going to say. I didn't really like it. In general, I don't like the topic of being like the best, being the cool, but I can kind of learn to appreciate it if I like the style of the lyrics. But these lyrics are trying to be like hip and cool and do like relevant modern lyrics without thinking if it actually sounds good. I read a review, somebody in the comments of Ceremony, and somebody in the comments wrote that they're trying to be almost like memey, and I wouldn't say it's exactly like a meme, but they are trying to be really, really relevant to nowadays, and I don't think it's going to have any longevity. For example, Hyunjin's ratio lyric, did not enjoy it at all. There's some good parts. Han's rap I enjoyed. Um, so after the song, after I finished listening to it, the hip hip from Banchan really stuck in my head. Um, Not a positive though, because I don't like the sound of it. That is a bad thing. Also, the crowd vocals in the hip hip hooray, you know, hooray, there's multiple voices. I don't really like that bit. In general, I'm not that keen on the crowd vocals, but it can be good in impactful bits. Sometimes it works in the songs, but for this, I don't think it really worked. No, I think it worked. Like it fits the song and it fits what they're trying to do. I just don't like the sound of it. But in general, I just don't like it. For example, I had the same issue with XOXZ, but by Ive, they also did this crowd work in the chorus or the post-chorus. Just not my thing. Overall, I think this song would be really cool and an interesting song if it was an intro song. I feel like intro songs can be a bit more tacky and loud as it's meant to draw attention, but this is a title track. I was hoping for a more melodic piece, and to be honest, after I listened to it a second time and I was like, okay, this is already slightly growing on me. But then after, like randomly, I heard Levanta by Stray Kids, and I was like, like the melody and the vocals are so good. And maybe I'm being a bit unfair. Levanta was is probably one of the most vocally based title tracks, and I shouldn't really compare it. But you know. I want to make a video actually, compare seeing if I'm being too harsh or if Stray Kids have changed the style that is not to my taste. So I thought I was going to do compare like the lyrics, my own personal taste, the instrumental, and so on. So I might do that if I have time. I probably won't have time because I'm really busy studying, but we'll see. We'll see. Um, yeah. So overall, I feel like the song didn't have fully fleshed out moments, nor I feel like it had any fun singable parts. Singable parts I have a really big weakness to. For example, Case 143 is really fun to sing to. You know, why do I keep getting attracted? To all I want. 143, I love you. Like it's very melodic, and Miroch as well got lovely singable moments. The nanny anybody does is just can't come running down a bit. I'm okay. Um, yes. When I watched it a second time, again, the music video was a bit to my taste, a bit more to my taste, but I do feel like some people were acting too cool and it seemed false. And I think all of the members are cool, but in different styles. And so you can't do the coolness that you think should be there, otherwise it won't work. For example, Han was very natural. It did work with Han. Um, Lino did his own version of coolness. Again, it worked. Hyunjin, it didn't work. He needs to find his own style of coolness. You get what I mean? Also, this is, I said this in a Stray Kids unpopular opinion video, which isn't out yet, but give Felix non-deep lines. Give him more melodic lines. Like, he had like no singing in it. He didn't have any rapping. He had like pure chanting lines. No. Give him a vocal moment. I love it. Okay, now I listened to the remix, not all of them, only the ceremony karma version. Much better. This is a lot better. The EDM works more. It's much more of a club music. It fits better. I would change some slight things. For example, it goes in the chorus, it goes hip hip hooray, and then there's the instrumental, and then it repeats itself, hip hip hooray. Now, instead of the instrumental, I would have done a post chorus. Like, can you imagine like a nice vocal moment or a rap moment? Oh, that would have been good. So I would have done that, so the chorus isn't too samey and isn't, so I don't have to listen to the instrumental all the goddamn time. I would also, after the first chorus, when it gets to like the verse, I would have done a more pulsing bass. Think that would have suited it so well. And the melodic or the melody instrumental in the chorus is an awful sound. Delete it, get rid of it, hate it. No. The music video for it, kind of the little football players, oh man, the pixel art, oh, it was so good. Simple, clever as hell, does the concept so well. Oh man, I am in love. Looking at it, I was like, damn, I am so jealous that I didn't think of the idea and I didn't do it. Ho ho ho. So yes, overall, I would give this song a 5.95 out of 10. And I feel like my bias is playing here, because I really want, because I like Stray Kids, I really want to like them and I favour them. So we will see. Stray Kids' later songs are nearly always more favourable to me in time, so we'll see if it improves. I do not know. The remixes are also better. For example, Chuk Chuk Boom, did not like it when I first listened to it. Then I listened to the remix version, the festival version, and I was like, okay, no, this is better. In fact, I even have a half-finished vocal cover of it, so you can tell I like it. Still, is probably one of my weaker songs that I enjoyed, but I still enjoy it. So we will see if Ceremony is the same. Yeah, so that is all. If you want me to do other reviews of songs, for example, Karma album with the B-sides, or for example, Kepler song, Bubblegum I just listened to, or I've XOXC, leave a comment and I'll do a comment and I'll maybe do a video if I have time. If not, I don't know, do whatever. Tell me your opinion. If you like it, if you dislike it, I would want the details. What is your favourite part? What is your least favourite part? What vocals lines? Like, no, don't just say, oh, it's great, song of the year, 10 out of 10. No. I need the details. Who's your favourite part? What's your favourite part of the music video? What's your favourite lyrics? I want the details. Okay, bye-bye.